As this Pikachu and Zekrom-GX deck proves, Garchomp and Giratina isn't the only powerful tag team deck in Expanded. Finishing second in the first Expanded tournament with Shaymin EX banned, this deck is Pikarom at its finest, letting you get a ton of energy into play with Max Elixir, then powering up your attacks with Electropower. If you're familiar with Pikarom, there isn't too many surprising things in the deck, though you do play the Marshadow-GX, and that just helps in the mirror match and against Dark-type Pokemon. With Shadow Hunt, this Pokemon can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile. Obviously, you still need the energy to use each attack, but it just hits for fighting weakness. So you just put a Pikarom or a Boltund or something in your discard, and you're hitting for fighting weakness. You can even play the Clefairy from Evolutions to hit Dragon types like Garchomp and Giratina and ADP for weakness, but this particular build left it out, and I mean, there's not much else to say. You never know what you're going to get when you play Expanded, so let's see what I get today. And my opponent decided to let me go first. I think Boltund is the best option here. I don't think there's technically a good option with this starting hand. Okay. Well, please tell me I get at least an energy into play good. So I guess I'll put the Zeraora there just to thin it out. But it's Expanded. It's a tag team deck. You want to go second 100% of the time. And I think this is just going to be Turbozation. It's a very good deck. My pre-Sword and Shield Pokemon, my pre-Sword and Shield Lightning type Pokemon resist Metal by 20. Okay, well I guess I'll just do that. That's an interesting decision. So they're going to Intrepid Sword. I do have the N. I mean, I have Zeraora, so maybe I should have done something dumb. That is just a heartbreaking top deck. Okay, so I will... Do I use one Electropower and go for Tag Bolt and knock it out? Or do I use two Electropower and then hope for a third Electropower to Full Blitz? I think I go for the Full Blitz play. I think Zeraora should get the Float Stone. I won't use Energy Switch just in case I can do something crazy. And, I mean, this could get real interesting real quick here. So I think I get rid of the Sudowoodo. I don't need that. Who do I want to go get? The Marshadow isn't going to come into play. I think Crobat is the smart play right here. And I don't actually think that I had Tapu Koko, did I? So get rid of the Float Stone. Is Tapu Koko prized? Tapu Koko is prized. Okay, so I think I just get nothing. Nothing, to be honest. Just draw 6, hope that I get an Electropower. Or a Muscle Band, that also works. And then I Full Blitz to probably... I mean, if they get that and that, they get Muscle Band. I think the safe bet is just accelerating to the Boltund, because it is possible that they knock out my Pikarom. You know, if I go full Pikarom and I put 5 energy on this thing, yes, I'm threatening a Tag Bolt. And that just does 200 to the active and 170 to a bench Pokemon. But if they evolve into Berserker... They get another Zacian, they, use Metal Saucer and Max Elixir to put energy on the Zacian, and then they put a Muscle Band on it, and then my Pikarom with 5 energy is gone. So it makes sense to be more conservative right here. And, I've definitely been playing a lot of Expanded just to end the year, see what's good. Shaymin's gone, games are quicker. So even if you have just a really horrible time or a horrible matchup, games are like 5 minutes. In Standard could be 15 minutes. So I do like that aspect of things. And who are they going to go for? Oh, they are going for the knockout here. I mean, even if they get it, I still have Tag Bolt. So even if they take this knockout, yes, it's annoying, but... I mean, it's quite annoying. But, Guzma, they got the cool full art Guzma from Hidden Fates. So they took the knockout. I guess I just try and do the same thing, I guess. So I'll put the Zeraora up front. I have a Full Blitz. There's an Electropower. So let's just literally just try and do the exact same thing as I did last time. Vikavolt, I guess I don't want an energy, or I don't need an energy in the discard. Super Zap Cannon. Super Zap Cannon actually is quite relevant, so I will do that. I will Professor's Research, because Super Zap Cannon with an Electropower, that does 220. Hey, there's some things that aren't what I wanted. Okay, so I guess... yeah, sure, you can get the Fighting Fury Belt. Why not? So I think... Unless I want to Dedenne everything, all my Seeker, but I don't have any good... I don't know, I think I just GX. You know, I got it. Let's just GX. Take 2 prizes. I know I don't have a ton of energy into play, but I still have, like, 3 Max Elixirs. I have Tapu Koko. If I get it off the prizes here, I have Tapu Koko. I'm not worried. I have Boltund. I have a Super Zap Cannon. I have an Electropower somewhere. You know, this isn't ideal, but I put the Lele down. I Guzma the Crobat. I use Super Zap Cannon. Game over. And you're just seeing the speed of this deck. Turbozation, I think that was a top 8 deck in the expanded tournament, so it's good. It just, you know, Pikachu is a little bit better depending on the situation. You know, if it's sort of the same thing I talked about in my Garchomp and Giratina video yesterday. If you just stumble once in expanded, just concede. I mean, it's just, you stumble once. It's crazy. Expanded is so fast. So much happens. You have to maximize each turn. If you don't have a maximized turn each turn, it's just so horrible. And with Shaman Dawn, your chances of doing that are lessened. But, I mean, you still have Tapu Lele and, you know, Jirachi as they're playing. You have Crobat V, you have Dedenne-GX, and that's just game. Right? Yeah, because I'll just energy switch to the Vikavolt. That's perfect. There we go. And I will put the Lele down for Guzma and Tapu Lele. I'm so glad you're back. You know, you push Shaman out, you bring Tapu Lele back in. It's so much more fun. And yeah, that's just a convincing win for the Pikachu deck. And even if they had taken a knockout, but I mean, if they'd taken a knockout every single turn, obviously I would have lost. But you stumble once and expanded, and this is what happens. And ooh, we can see their deck list. So they played Cobalion. They just had a 1-1, so they weren't doing a ton of damage. 2 Field Blower. And oh, they had Leon. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's go to game 2, see what happens. Alright, so judging by the deck box, this is Honchkrow. And that is going to be super unfortunate, but I'm going second. And this is what happens literally every single time against Honchkrow. Is I never start anyone good. I let them go first. And then they'll get Murkrow, Honchkrow, Silent Lab. Oh, they're playing. Again, it doesn't matter. I had this whole thing I was going to talk about before I even saw this. I was going to say, don't let that first game fool you. Expanded has this knack for lulling you into this, you know, sense of security of you take the best deck online, you'll win a few games, you're like, oh man, this deck is crazy, this deck is insane, and then you'll just run into a control deck or a Honchkrow deck, and they'll just flip 4 for 4 on Crushing Hammer, they'll get Silent Lab down, they'll just do everything. You got Guts. Oh man, they're just playing... Okay, I'm going to copy this deck list and maybe play it if I can in the future, because this seems like a lot of fun. Seems kind of bad, but, you know, if it works, that's really good. Okay, so I guess I quick ball that. I don't have any, like, weak attacker. Dedenne is a weak attacker, I guess. But I guess I just go for Boltund, because I want to attack with like Boltund and, oh man, this is, put the Muscle Man there, that's a bit rough. Okay, I guess Sudowoodo makes sense to lessen their bench. Does it make sense? I honestly don't know. I think putting more Pokemon into play for me is a bad idea. So I guess I just fail it, or do I get Pikachu? I don't know. I don't think there's a good option here. This is really just going to come down to coin flips and just discards and stuff like that. So that's good. Okay, so I think I just go for Max Elixir. There we go. I will attach. They're just going to put a Robo Substitute up in the active if I do this. So I guess I'll just research and hope for a Float Stone. Of course not. I shouldn't be doing this. I should have attached to the act. That was dumb. I should have attached to the active. Let's just play crazy. Let's be super super bad right now. There we go. We got it. Yeah, let's put that into play. Let's do that, that, and that. So the Eelektross is live, but I think I want to wait. Just because, you know, that's what happens. Okay, so are they going to survive? They did survive. Are you kidding me? Okay, so the whole game plan with the deck is that you use Heracross to stall. If this would be knocked out, if it's heads, it's not knocked out. Okay, but it has to have... Oh no, so it's not even full health. It doesn't even have to have full health. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to Guzma that. I lost like all my Versus Seeker. I guess because I don't want to... Yeah, I'll just Bullstorm. Because do I have anyone that can... No, the deck doesn't play anyone that like goes through abilities or anything. So this is just going to be a really long game. It's going to depend on their draws. But I have to mentally remind myself to not... Oh, man. So they play Rescue Scarf. They play probably 4 Pokédoll, 4 Robo Substitute. And, you know, they don't care if I take a bunch of prizes. Their whole goal is to just wait until I lose all my cards. But does Rescue Scarf, the Pokemon, but this isn't a Pokemon, but it's a basic Pokemon, but it's an item. So I guess Rescue Scarf works with that? I don't know, that's interesting. Okay, so I don't really want to do anything, so let's just Bulletstorm. And does it go back into the hand? It does, okay. So this is just going to happen 100 times. I'll fast forward to the end game, I guess. So I'm jumping back in because I'm probably just going to either lose or concede because, I mean, they've done everything right and they've flipped heads 3 times in a row already. Is it going to be number 4? I will fail that. So they discard 2 cards. That's 4 in a row. But what's interesting is, if this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from attack, flip a coin. If heads, this Pokemon is not knocked out. But then you look at this. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, discard the top cards of your opponent's deck. But that makes no sense. Because if they flip heads, it's not knocked out. So I think that seems like it would be a bug or something, because that doesn't really seem to make sense, because the wording is that if this would be knocked out, flip a coin, and then it's not knocked out if it's heads. But every time I knock it out, Curse Shovel activates, but Curse Shovel only activates if the Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack. So that's a crazy combo, and they won the game, but I don't feel like that should be a thing. Oh, I can copy the deck list, so I will definitely tuck this away for another day, and they had Life do as well. Yeah, Curse Shovel, so I feel like that's not how it should work, because you don't actually take a knockout, but yeah, I'll save the deck and we'll see what happens, but for now, we'll go to game 3. And we're in another kind of interesting / tough spot, but I mean, if I can hit this Max Elixir and I can attach the energy, I should be okay. It's just, oh no, going first against Phalanx, that's the worst. Okay, so, I mean, if I had gone second against Phalanx, maybe I have a chance, but this is expanded for you. This is game 3. I haven't conceded against any, I haven't skipped any. Expanded will lull you into this false sense of security. Phalanx is a good deck in Expanded because it has so many tools, and oh, that would have been nice if they started that. But Phalanx, there's just so many ways to get basics into play. You have Martial Arts Dojo, you have Stone Energy, Phalanx is a really good deck in Expanded. I don't think it's going to be, tier 1 or anything, but it's still good. It's a very budget, good deck to just have. And, I mean, they hit me for weakness, so clearly they're doing something right. And so why doesn't this deck play Flash Energy? I think that's the special lightning energy that removes your weakness. So maybe that's a tech card you want to put in here. Just, if you seem to be facing a lot of fighting decks, put in, I think, Flash Energy. Couldn't tell you what set it's from, but it's a special lightning energy. It's sort of like coating metal energy. Oh, they're having to put other people into play. Okay, this is good. So they play Oricorio. Okay, so they play a pretty tacked out version of Phalanx. It's not just 4 Phalanx V, 4 Phalanx, and maybe like a Diancie. It's you know, there's Crobat, there's Execute, there's Oricorio, because I guess they were having trouble against Mad Party. And I mean, if you're facing a Psychic deck, you're gonna have a bad time. But Sudowoodo would be huge here because I think they might also play Skyfield, and Sudowoodo just shuts that down. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Sudowoodo is prized because that's what happens. And they're going to end me. That's kind of annoying, but you know, this is not an auto loss. This is expanded. You know, you'll win 10 games in a row and then you'll lose 10 games in a row. That's just expanded for you. There's Power Plant. Why Power Plant? I mean, so I guess I just put Thunder Mountain down. Can I knock this out? I need to do 200 damage to knock this out. So I would need another Electropower. So I think I do that. I'm definitely ditching the Guzma. I think I go get a Crobat. Good, Crobat is in the deck. That would have been horrible. Sudowoodo's there. Tapu Koko not showing up, but that's fine. I just need an Electropower and a way to retreat. Actually, yeah. So I played one Electropower. I do need to play one more. And then Sudowoodo would be huge. And that is interesting. So I got the Electropower. Oh, this is... So I can knock that one out. I wouldn't mind knocking that out, but I also wouldn't like... Oh, man. Okay, so... I guess I just Guzma the other one. That way I don't need a way to retreat. So I Guzma that one, full blitz. Unfortunately, I think I do have to get Sudowoodo, just in case. This will limit them. I think I have to get Sudowoodo. I think I have to full blitz. I did the math right. That would have been real bad, but I think I needed to do this. Just because team attack, they would have to do, assuming my Fighting Fury belt stays in place. So my Pikarom has what? It's plus 40, right? So it has 280. To use team attack, they would need 5 Phalanx in play. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, that's super annoying. And of course my 2 prizes didn't really get me anything, but that is tough. I don't think the deck plays Field Blower, so that is unfortunate. I really wish I hadn't ditched that versus Seeker, because then I could hit the other Phalanx. So at this point, there's really no good option. It's just my only real option is that I have to top deck out of this. You know, I thought at least one of the 2 prizes I got was going to be good, but clearly I was mistaken. They got the Phalanx V, that's fine. They don't have a Dojo, they don't have Diancie. I got a Juniper. Would have been nice if they end me or something, but that didn't happen. So their team attacks are going to do a lot of damage, 180. I can't knock out the Phalanx. That's the other card I forgot about. There's a Research, yes, okay. So I think I just... I guess I just put the Float Stone there. I imagine that is a safe bet. Okay, so is there anything I can really even do right now, or do I just retreat and hope? Because there's no reason to put like 80 damage on this thing, is there? And give up 3 prizes? But then again, if I can just knock out that and that, I win. Or that and that and I win. So I don't think I need the Marshadow. I do think I need the Zeraora. So I think at this point, I get rid of Marshadow. I get a Boltund. I have Lele. I have Dedenne. I have things available to me. I'm not worried about an end. I just full blitz, thin my deck, attach to Boltund, and then just don't put a 3 prizer down, and I can still easily win this game. Oh man, thinking is tough. So my thought process is that, so how much damage am I doing? So it's 30 times, oh, there's a Focus Sash, that's fine. They don't have enough Focus Sash, well actually they could. They would need Yeah, 1, 2. So if they just focus sash these two, they win. But I'm going to Guzma one of them. And then I'm leaving the Crobat because, I mean, if they do focus sash, these ones I lose. So I have to knock out a Phalanx this turn. And that's cool. So I will go get Guzma. That's awesome. I guess I mean, I do need to keep the Dedenne. I think the Zeraora is a good choice to keep as well. I'll just attach to Crobat because why not? Attach there and then Guzma that. And please tell me. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. Yeah, I'm doing enough damage. I don't need to worry about that. And you're just seeing how Sudowoodo really helps here, because if they just had a full bench of Phalanx, they would be doing a ton of damage and they would be, you know, blocking a lot of damage. It's just, again, the problem with Phalanx is that weird nonsense. And there's the win. And I'll see if I can show you their deck list. I can't. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's just the weird attack cost for Phalanx. Baby Phalanx needs a double colorless energy to attack. Phalanx V, that requires, can I even, is there anything I can do? No, that's that. No, that's not going to do it. Okay. But Phalanx V needs 2 fighting and a colorless. Baby Phalanx needs a double colorless. There's just no synergy with the attack cost. You know, you want to play stone energy. You want to play fighting energy, or what's the strong energy? That's the one. You want to be playing these special energy, but you can't because you want to use this attack. And you can't use Martial Arts Dojo, so you play Diancie. It's just, Phalanx V needed to have a better attack cost. It doesn't work out. It's still good. I think if you're trying to build a budget deck in Expanded, Phalanx is a great choice. It's just, it's not the best choice. So let's go to a final game, and hopefully it's not Haunch Crow. And it's a coin flip win. That's always good. If whoever wins the coin flip, I mean, games in Expanded can be decided on the coin flip, and this is a horrible starting hand. I've been playing a lot of Expanded, and I think my theory still holds up. Okay. So it looks like it's ADP. It's just, you take the top 10 decks, you have 5 wins, 5 auto wins, you have an auto loss, you have all these things. There's ADP. Okay. So I think my theory of if you play the top 10 decks in Expanded, you play all of them, you're going to have 5 wins guaranteed, like 2 auto losses. 1 is going to be 50-50, 1's going to be favored, and 1's going to be not favored. And I think I just have to Dedenne the hand. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with this. I can't, I mean, I could Lele for an N, but that doesn't seem good. If I Dedenne the hand, oh, this is just a horrible position. I don't want to put the Fury Belt on the Sudowoodo. You know, I'm facing off against ADP. I got to go second. I have to just have the best turn possible. And that is not the best turn possible. Okay, so Vikavolt, I mean, it could come in handy, but unfortunately, Vikavolt, you're not what I need right now. So I'll do that, put the Pikachu down, Max Elixir, thank you. At least something went right. An escape rope would be really nice, right? Oh man, how? I have so much good stuff in my deck. How is this my hand? Okay, so we got that. And pass? Sure. This is horrible. So they're going to alter creation for sure. It's almost like I didn't even go second. They're going to alter creation. I don't know if I can win, but again, this is what happened. What was it? The first game? You stumble once, your opponent just swoops in and takes it. And they have 2 double dragon energies on an ADP. That is interesting. You don't see that every day. But maybe they have nothing in their hand. And if so, that would be pretty cool. So I will, I guess, Guzma the Zacian. If I do that, I need 3 Electro Powers to knock out the ADP. Okay. So we got, if I Guzma, it makes more sense to full blitz to myself to use research. I was in this position in a test game a little earlier, and if I don't get an escape rope or a float stone, then I just lose. I gotta play it safe. As boring as it is, I have to play it safe. So I am going to full blitz to myself. Because I'm playing it safe, but I'm still being aggressive. Because, I mean, I had to ditch my energy switches. That's bad. I don't really want to put down Zeraora or Marshadow right now because they're game-losing cards. Because they just have to knock out the Dedenne and then one of these two, and that's game over. So I do have to be careful. There's, you stumble once. So my opponent went and got a Tapu Lele with a quick ball. They got the Guzma off of that, so I assume they're going to Guzma my Dedenne. That's fine. And then what I will do is I will, Guzma one of these two. Do I take the two prizes here and then just force them to attack with ADP twice? Or what do I do? If I got triple Electropower, that would be amazing, but I don't have triple Electropower. And I can't put one of these two into play. So I think my only real option here is 610. I mean, I have to go for it. Wait, why did they only put... Do they know I'm going to tag bolt? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so yeah, I think I just Max Elixir, see if I can get one. I do get one. This is going to be just a hilarious ending if things work out the way I think they're going to work out. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to Guzma that, use Tag Bolt, take 4 prizes, and then the only way that I can win this is if I get Boltund and I just hit for a ton and they don't use Mawile or something. So there we go. There's Boltund. That's part 1. There's a research. That's good, as long as they don't end me or something. So my game plan is I put Boltund down, I use Electropower, I put Float Stone, I use research, and then I hope I get, I just need, an energy and a Thunder Mountain. I don't need a whole lot. If they put anybody, they can't win this turn. I can guarantee you they will not win this turn unless they have Mawile. Mawile is the only way that they can win this turn. And, if they're going to put Zacian down, that's not good. So they're putting Zacian down. Obviously, they don't know my hand. But I think putting Zacian down is a bad idea, but... looking at my discard, I have 2 Guzma and 2 Seeker in there. Oh, they're going to win. Oh, no. I completely forgot. Yes, I'm an idiot. Of course, they use all their creation. They can win this turn. And they had Joyce Band. Oh man, I was so confident. That's why the deck plays Fighting Fury Belt, is to negate that, but I totally thought I had it. And that's expanded for you. What are you gonna do? They play the Aegis/EX. They did play Mawile. Okay, so they had the win multiple different ways. I thought I would do it with Boltund. I was going to, just put 7 energy on the Pikachu, use Boltund's Bolt Storm to hit 280 on the ADP. Unfortunately, again, that's the golden, law in Expanded. You stumble once in Expanded for 1 turn, and you're probably going to lose. I stumbled once. They didn't exactly have optimal turns either, but they were able to use Ultra Creation when they needed to. They were able to use Ultimate Ray when they needed to. And yeah, that's just the way it happens sometimes. That's Expanded for you. I'll leave the link to the deck list below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.